Everybody, well, so as I'm recording this, we are, we're right up on the July 4th holiday, but I didn't want to let a week go by without giving y'all something as far as some content goes, and so today I ran across this was dropped off. This is dropped off every single month. I'm gonna be careful not to show the name. I don't want to call these people out, but this a bag with these magazines gets dropped off at our office every single month, and the intention, of course, is for us to set these out and give them out to people. And I know that everybody in this shopping center where we are gets these things. I'll go into the store next door and I'll see them there, and some people do put them out and others do not. In fact, every time I go into a store here in town, not every time, but I will see these just kind of scattered everywhere. Well, so what got this? And us, I'm keeping these specifically so I can show them to you. We don't have really a spot to put out magazines that people want to us to distribute for them, which is essentially what's going on here. The reason I brought it up, the reason I have this is even the people like next door, like that is a retail shop. There's people coming in and out all day long, and at the end of the month, they're going to throw some of these away. But each and every business around here gets 10 copies. I don't, maybe they get more. I don't know because they're retail. I don't know, but we got 10 copies of it, and it made me think of, from a marketing point of view, like this thing is just filled with advertisements throughout the whole thing. It's just at least half of each page is covered in advertisements. There's some full page ads, some ads with 4 different advertisements on it, all over the place. And it made me think about when you're buying advertisement in a publication like this, what are you going off of? My immediate concern is these. First of all, my immediate concern is these are throwaway magazines. These are the type of magazines that if you grab them, because they're local, and it's like, oh, I might want to take a look at this. You kind of, most people kind of flip through, get to the table of contents, kind of pick through a little bit, and don't really see anything that they're. It's just a bunch of ads. Here's on this page. Some broken brick and a tiny little section of text right here in the corner. The rest of the page is ads. So I got to go back and try to figure out what that article is. But none of this really is of interest for people. So even if you pick it up, or if it's put in a bag for you, chances are you're not going to read it. The chances are eventually it's going to go in the trash. So, you had the best of intentions, and I do this too. At church a couple of weeks ago, I grabbed a magazine from that we get for the congregation. I still haven't read it. I do intend to read it, but it's one of those things. It's like you grab it with the best of intentions. Let's see what's going on around town, that sort of thing, and you don't read it. But my second concern is when they're pitching this from a marketing point of view. What are they saying about their distribution? When they give me 10 copies, none of these are going to be looked at. All of these are going to be disposed of. Are they counting there are 5 stores in the shopping center? Is that 50? You keep going down the street, it's 100,000, and when the vast majority of these are never even grabbed, they're just thrown away, and the ones that are grabbed are not looked at. I think we need to be much more picky about what we advertise in, especially in the case where print media has been kind of dying for a while, and it's not to say that online advertisement has all the answers, but it does have you do have this problem where a lot of these magazines are being given away and cannot be given away. They're just being destroyed. So I think we need to be much more picky. It's like, just because this is a local magazine, just because the distribution is way into the thousands, doesn't mean that it's worth our time. And the questions need to be asked is like, okay, we have a distribution. How are they distributed? Is it just a pile of them in a store, or are these people who've actually requested this magazine? Is it a topic of interest to people, or is it just kind of something that gets handed out and never seen? Because with the insurance agent who I happened to open to the insurance page. That's awesome. But this insurance agent who put this on here, is anybody seeing this ad? Is when I turn the page, and we get political ad, maid service, political ad, dental office. Is anybody seeing these? Is anybody calling because of them? This is the sort of thing that I've really had to learn the hard way of being very much more thoughtful in how I spend my marketing dollars. And I didn't mean to go off on that so long, but getting this pile of magazines that, by the way, when I hit stop on the video, I'm promptly going to go throw this away. This kind of made me think of it, that this is something that we need to be thinking through, and we need to be talking about. So appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a great 4th of July. If you are catching this as it's coming out, otherwise I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.